Okay. So we reject money in different ways. One of the ways of rejecting money is considering it not to be spiritual. We have an aspect of us which you can say the spiritual aspect. All of us. We are aware somewhere that we are much more than this physical body, the social status, the financial conditions, your name, your relationships. So we keep getting this sense, right? Most of the time, or at least on occasions, that there must be something beyond us. Are we limited? All these kinds of things. So some people are highly spiritual in the sense they seek answers to their existence. And they find it difficult to ground. That is because if you are highly spiritual, somewhere there is an awareness of your unlimited potential, your knowingness, your expansive self. And when that memory lingers in you, then it's easy to see this life as limited. Obviously, because if you consider a human life, it has a lot of limitations, starting from number of days in your life. Your gender has certain limitations. Whether you're a man or woman, you have certain limitations. You can do certain things with this physical body. That has limitations. And when you start considering those limitations, you start feeling constrained in this physical body. I'm specifically talking about people who are exploring the spiritual aspect of them, because the number of such people is increasing day by day, who are opening up to recognize who they are. When you start getting that idea or start exploring who you are, first thing what you start looking at is this limitedness. And when you find it difficult to embrace, accept, people go through, in intense cases, people go through feelings like they don't want to be in this physical body anymore. I'm talking about the worst case scenario where people are, this is very limited, this life is very limited, the circumstances are very limited, and much more than this. So there is an urge to leave the body without any reason. There is no trauma, nothing. That could also be a possibility. But when that happens, your subconscious mind, as I mentioned several times during this week, is pro-growth. It wants to stay here. It wants to go through the experiences. Because what you're considering as a limited life is a choice made by the spirit in you. So what you perceive as your unlimited self, expanded self, is only experiencing this life through you, through this physical body. That's the same essence. Your spirit has the same essence of the divine. So through you, the divine is experiencing this life. And subconscious mind probably has the blueprint that whatever experiences you need to go through in this life. And when you abruptly start rejecting because of the perception of limitedness, your subconscious mind will try to hold on and keep you grounded. Grounding is very important. That can happen through inspiration, or it can happen through desperation, or finally, if nothing happens, it can happen through conspiracy. So the health challenges people go through, unnatural health challenges, financial crisis, relationship problems could be one of the reasons where subconscious mind is keeping you busy in the ground reality. For example, if you are having severe financial challenges, your focus would be on how to meet the end next day. If you think of spirituality, because if spirituality is taking you away from the life, subconscious will fight it and try to take you away from the spirituality. So the financial crisis can make you think only about finances tomorrow and nothing else. If somebody talks about any spiritual aspect, you're not at all in a stage to focus on it. And if you're going through a lot of aches and pains in your physical body and somebody talks about try to give some knowledge, it's utter waste, because your focus is on pain. In the process, you are grounded here. And relationship challenges obviously are can make you just focus on yourself and that person more than anything else. Is there something beyond? And those questions are out of context in those situations. This is also the reason the perception of your limitedness is also the reason for not wanting to be in stable relations, in committed relationships. Because if you consider this life as um, limited and constrained, you don't want to be here. I talked about the worst case scenario where you are just want to live without any reason. But the regular scenarios, what we see is people who are not willing to have stable finances, people who are not willing to have stable relationships, are in good health, could be a reluctance to have themselves grounded in this earthly reality. Specifically, when we talk about money, not having money is a symptom. You don't have money in your bank account is a symptom. The reason is not wanting to have money. There could be several reasons behind it, the hidden reasons. But you can manifest your life. You are the creator of your life. So if you don't have money, that's a symptom. Not wanting money in the first place is the reason you don't have money. Why don't you want money? We are exploring the spiritual aspect of it today. So spiritually, if you feel this life is limited, and the more money you have, you'll be stuck in this limitedness. So you tend to not open up to all that is due to you. You can break this loop by understanding and embracing this limitedness. As I just mentioned, by remembering that you are the spirit, you are the divine who's going through these experiences out of choice. Nobody forced you. Have an open mind with this, because these are the things I perceived are gathered from whatever sources I can. It could be different, but just have an open mind, because when we talk about spirituality, it's a wide concept and there are many ways to look at it. We are looking at it from the aspect of finances today. Second thing is, so first what I said, not fighting this limitedness, but knowing that you designed these experiences for a reason and going through them with awareness. Second thing is, if you perceive spirituality, what is the reason behind it? Are you perceiving spirituality? Basically, spirituality is being aware of who you are, just remembering who you are, and then going through the experiences. So, if you have made a choice to go on that quest, on that journey, it could happen in two ways. One is the quest can begin through awareness. Second is it can start through escapism. For example, something happened in your life. You have been going through the experiences of helplessness in various aspects. Now you get tired and look at the spirituality, saying that I will find something there. Or I just want to close my eyes to whatever is happening and see if I can find peace there. So if you are rejecting the ground reality, you're starting with the seed of rejection. And if you're rejecting this helplessness, because whether it is your finances, relationships, spirituality, health, all are giving certain experience to you. So if you look at this as a mechanism to avoid your helplessness, that may not happen. And the same experience, what you are trying to avoid, may repeat in your spiritual quest as well. So you may not find the right teacher. You may feel helpless. If you can find a right teacher, he may not impart the right knowledge. Again, you can feel helpless. If the knowledge is imparted, you may not be able to experience it. Again, you can feel helpless. And if you experience it, you may never find enlightenment. Because the experience of helplessness will continue. The spiritual knowledge is given so that you can remember and make your life better. Have that understanding. You are much more than this life. And come back and look at your helplessness. Why did I manifest it? Who am I? Did I manifest it? If I did, why did I manifest it? Can I have a better way? So, spirituality is given so that you can live a better life, not run out of it. Whatever you learn, if you bring it back, can I make my relationships better? Can I have a good health? Can I have some joy while I'm here? Spirituality is meant to help you with that. Third thing is, if you have a strong conviction, this is about a fear to take step forward in whatever direction you feel. You get guidance to go in a certain direction, but there is always a fear. There is always a fear of making mistake. There is always a fear of getting punished. And with this fear, most of the people don't even attempt new things, try new things. This normally comes from a subconscious belief or perception. Karma is a broad word, but just to put in context, something like if you have a perception of good and bad, so I don't want to create any more karma. If I make a mistake, if I do something wrong, that kind of sense. And that keeps you living a subdued life, underplaying. So, what I personally feel is whatever we refer to karma or a fear that I would do a mistake and get punished for it is something very related. For example, if you are aware, if you are aligned, you will go through your experiences. There is no more fight inside, or there is alignment with your life plan. That may not create this whatever we perceive as karma, and because as I said, it's relative. A soldier killing brutally somebody in the opposite front may not generate anything because that could be part of his life plan. And if it's not in alignment, you killing an insect could also have its own repercussions. If you are aware, you will be aligned with your life plan. And when that happens, there is nothing to be afraid of. All the good, bad, ugly experiences are leading you towards something. There is always a choice which way you want to go. Would you want to learn through inspiration or wait for the conspiracy to set in? And when out of fear, we start avoiding life, and after a while, we become righteous about this because we have already lost so many opportunities thinking that, believing that this is how the life is. So we become righteous about the good and the bad, the dark and the light, the dualities. If something happening in your life, what you perceive as darkness, if you perceive that around you, don't be surprised if I say that darkness is already inside you. Whatever is happening in your life, you are manifesting it, you are co-creating it. And outside is the reflection of what is happening inside you. So if you see that darkness outside, somewhere it is already inside. And if you're seeking light, it may not happen by rejecting the darkness within. Because here we have different bodies, different gender, different races. But when you're out of this body, you're pure consciousness, which is probably from the same pool as everybody else. The things I'm talking about are not only theoretical. We have a modality called radical soul metaplay. It's an intense metaphysical workshop. There we get to see how the consciousness is. It goes little beyond logic, where you can see how your house is feeling, how your gadgets are feeling, how your relationships are feeling. What are they going through? Because when you talk in terms of energy, everything has a consciousness. Your house, your building, your pet, your relationships, your finances, everything has its own feeling. So when you are aligned, you'll be able to flow through your finances very easily because you're not fighting, and you're, as I said, when you see the darkness, you may perceive, because your money reality is giving certain experience to you. It can make you feel vulnerable if you have gone through the experiences where money made you feel vulnerable, the experiences. Or when you start recognizing this vulnerability, why did I manifest it? Maybe I have been going through this vulnerability to connect to my inner strength. So if you start focusing on your inner strength, money will change. Money in your reality will change its consciousness to adapt to your consciousness, because money is basically neutral. When it comes to you, it becomes you. If you are a good person, probably you'll put that money to better use. If your role play is something else, probably you'll put money to some other use. So if you say, I'm going through this vulnerability because I'm connecting to my inner strength, can I directly connect to my inner strength? Do I need to go through these cycles? When you become aware of your own patterns and ask the brilliance behind it, the consciousness of money in your life adapts to that. Now, rather than feeling vulnerable because of money, the money can make you stronger. So just imagine a highly spiritually evolved person having a lot of money can do a lot better than others, because he would see the divine in everybody and see himself in everybody and contribute that money by building schools, by building institutions towards the society. That is the reason I mentioned in the invite, saying that if you are empathetic, if you are sensitive, if you are spiritual, it's time you embrace money and own up the money, because money in your hand can do much more better than in someone else's hand. If you are aware, the money in your reality would also be aware. And another reason for money challenges could be, which is related to this spirituality, what we're talking about, is ancestral, where sometimes in lineages, people forget who they are and completely get immersed into this material world. They forget their essence and go through these earthly experiences in a different way. So the next balancing the next generation should be completely spiritual, where they are going through a lot of, and when they're rejecting money for that, because you probably abused money, carried a lot of curses, oaths, promises that I will do it anymore. And now your next generations are highly spiritual, but with a rejection of money, saying because of the money, all these things happened. Both are not going to make you feel complete. Rejecting either spirituality, your true essence, or completely rejecting money. There has to be a balance. There has to be an integration, knowing that you are the spirit going through the earthly experiences, and money is a medium on planet Earth with which you exchange most of the experiences. So if you embrace all the aspects which you considered as shortcomings of a human life, inconsistencies of a human life, limitedness of a human life, and then still make a choice saying that maybe I designed this for a reason, and explore those reasons, then you'll be able to go through the experiences life can offer, all the good experiences life can offer, because there is no rejection of life in first place because of your traumatic or bitter experiences. So when you are ready to celebrate this life, that is the zone where you can celebrate all that is happening in your life. So when you're ready for that, you will have your money for whatever you need, whatever you plan to go through in this life. All right. So we'll quickly do a couple of exercises and then get on to a clearing process. Are we good till here? If you have any questions related to this, we can attend to it after we finish the energy process. Before that, let's get some insights. Close your eyes, take some deep breaths, breathe in through your nose, slowly breathe out through your mouth. Be aware of yourself and connect to that part of you or that inner child or the age at which you have gone through certain experience, and whatever number your subconscious mind projects, you just note down the number. You don't need to analyze, you don't need to think about it, you just note down the number which comes to your mind. At what age you have gone through this experience where life probably made you believe money is not a good thing and you started rejecting money? If you get multiple numbers, that's absolutely fine. If you don't get anything, it's also absolutely fine. Whatever number comes to your mind, take 10 seconds. Some experience which made you feel money is bad and you started rejecting money. And note down those numbers, please. All right. Now connect to that part of you, to that age where not having money made you feel vulnerable. Not having money in your pockets, in your bank accounts, made you feel that you are vulnerable. Take 10 seconds and note down. And now ask yourself at what age you believed having more money in your life can make you vulnerable. You probably perceived it from someone else or your own experience where you had a lot of money or a good amount of money that subjected you to vulnerability. Having money made you vulnerable. Maybe you lost a friend. Maybe somebody betrayed you. Maybe somebody took advantage of you. Whatever comes to your mind, it's absolutely fine. Do not follow the memory, just note down the number. Take 10 seconds and note down the number. All right. Now connect to that part of you which decided not to allow people, possibilities, money to come closer to you, to be intimate with you, so that your shortcomings are not exposed. Again, you don't need to analyze, you don't need to think. Call that part of you which decided not to allow people, possibilities, money, or anything come closer to you. Created a wall, created a boundary. Note down that number. While you're being aware of this, let's go through a process for the realignment. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your awareness towards your physical body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a couple of seconds and slowly breathe out through your mouth and see each and every cell in your body is getting into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. Let's do it one more time. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a couple of seconds. And when you breathe out, see each and every cell in your body is getting into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. Now imagine a staircase in front of you spiraling down to a hallway which will lead you to all the answers you're seeking, which will guide you into the depths of your subconscious mind and beyond. On a count of 5 to 1, I'm going to walk you down through these stairs, and with each step you take, you will get into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. 5. Slowly start walking down the stair. 4. 3. With each step you take, you'll get into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. 2. 1. And 0. See yourself standing at the entrance of a hallway. This hallway is opening into a beautiful garden, which is the energetic plane, a plane where your ground reality and the higher self coexists. Slowly start walking through this hallway into the garden. See a breeze comforting you while you walk on this springy grass. It's a safe and secured place where you are in charge. See this place guarded by all your higher beings. Slowly start walking on this grass. Find a bench. Settle yourself down there. And as you settle, feel your shoulders being comforted by your higher beings, providing all the support you need, all the strength you need to go through this completion, to integrate all those scattered parts of you which are stuck in time and space. Being in this space, call upon all those scattered parts of your personality which made a choice that money is not good and started rejecting it. As they show up in this garden, start recognizing them with awareness. Because in this plane, you have knowingness of your past, your present, and the future possibilities. When you start recognizing these parts of you, hear a chanting filling up in the entire garden by your higher beings, which will transmit an energy for these parts of your personality to wake up to its true essence and integrate the true essence of money. I awaken my adequate command over the experiences I receive from money with radical. See this chanting by your higher energies, your angels, or whatever you perceive as divine, being intensely filling up in this garden. I awaken my adequate command over the experiences I receive from money with radical. I awaken my adequate command over the experiences I receive from money with radical. This energy transmission reaching out to all your scattered parts, dissolving all that which is not serving anymore, and observe these parts are integrating back in you. Now call upon all those scattered parts of your personality which went through an experience of vulnerability because of money. It could be either the experience of vulnerability because of not having money or because of having money. Let all those aspects of your personality, parts of your personality, show up in this garden and start recognizing them. As you start recognizing them, see a chanting filling up in this garden, assisted by your higher beings. I awaken the pure consciousness of money to safeguard my interests with radical. I awaken the pure consciousness of money to safeguard my interests with radical. I awaken the pure consciousness of money to safeguard my interests with radical. I awaken the pure consciousness of money to safeguard my interests with radical. With this energy transmission, see all these parts of your personality waking up to their own true essence and merging back in you. Now call upon all those parts of your personality which made a choice to not allow people, money, or anything in your life to come closer to you, to be intimate with you, to the extent that they can see your shortcomings and your vulnerabilities, all those aspects of your personality. Recognize them, send an assurance to them it is okay to be vulnerable, it is okay to have shortcomings. And when you recognize them with this awareness, see this chanting filling up the entire divine garden. I awaken my flexibility in my intimate relationships with money with radical. I awaken my flexibility in my intimate relationship with money with radical. I awaken my flexibility in my intimate relationship with money with radical. I awaken my flexibility in my intimate relationship with money with radical. Now invite pure consciousness of money to come into this garden. You can perceive it as a person or a color or an energy frequency or something else. It's absolutely fine. Now call upon your spiritual aspect. It can come in form of a person or a frequency or just a feeling. Now call upon material aspect of you. Walk and start towards them and stand in a position where you have your spiritual aspect on your right side, your material aspect on your left side, and the pure consciousness of money standing right in front of you. Now allow this pure consciousness of money, divine consciousness of money, to send a beam of light into you, into your spiritual aspect and into your material aspect. With this transmission, see all aspects of you getting enlightened, getting filled up with divine prosperity, abundance, knowingness, awareness. And when this transmission is happening, from the pure money consciousness to your material self, to your spiritual self, and to you, see a chanting filling up into this garden, assisted by all your higher beings. I awaken the possibility to live a balanced life in the now. I awaken the possibility to live a balanced life in the now. I awaken the possibility to live a balanced life in the now. With this chanting getting intense and the transmission of energy from the pure money consciousness, see both your spiritual aspect, spiritual part of you, and the material part of you integrating into your physical body. The spiritual aspect slowly moving into you from right side, and the material aspect slowly moving into you from your left side. Now let the spiritual aspect of you slowly move towards your left, and the material aspect of you slowly move towards right, merging completely in each other, bringing in an awareness that you are the spirit, you are this human, you are all that is. And let the pure money consciousness slowly merge into you. Feel this oneness, feel this prosperity, feel this abundance, feel this opportunity to go through wonderful experiences of life with prosperity, with abundance. Extend your gratitude to all the masters, all the higher beings who are holding your space, your higher self, pure money consciousness. Take a deep breath in, slowly breathe out, move your fingers, move your toes, rub your palms, give that heat to your eyes, and slowly come back. Wonderful. Wonderful. Grab some water. Thank you so much.